Hello friends, welcome to the channel Engineering Physics. Now in this video we have to learn the Maxwell's equations in electrodynamics. First we go through the contents of today's lecture. Today we have to study introduction, laws, various laws, symbols used in the Maxwell's equation, concepts, Maxwell's equations in differential and integral form, physical significance of these equations, applications and summary of today's lecture. Introduction. James Clerk Maxwell in 1864, in a search for an explanation of the coincidence, found that all the basic principles of electromagnetism can be formulated in terms of four fundamental equations, now called as Maxwell's equations. The equations existed as experimental laws in the form of Gauss law, Faraday's law and Ampere's law. These relations were collected by Maxwell and unified them by introducing the concept of displacement current and of field. Maxwell predicted that electromagnetic waves should propagate in free space with a speed equal to that of light, and hence light waves were electromagnetic in nature. Which laws used by Maxwell? First, Gauss law of electrostatics. Gauss law of electrostatics states that the total electric flux through the closed surface is equal to the net electric charge and enclosed by the surface divided by permittivity. This is Gauss law. You know this. Gauss law for magnetism, what it tells? Gauss law for magnetism states that no magnetic monopoles exist and that the total flux through a closed surface must be equal to 0. Next one, Faraday's law. Faraday's law states that absolute value of a magnitude of the circulation of the electric field E around a closed loop is equal to the rate of change of magnetic flux through the area enclosed by the loop. You know this, that total EMF is equal to minus dou B by dou T. Next one, Lenz's law. Here this shows that the negative sign is there, that is the Faraday's law and Lenz's law are the same. Any current flowing as a result of the EMF produces a magnetic field that opposes the flux changes that produce it. This is called Lenz's law. And Ampere's law, last one. Ampere's law specifically says that the magnetic field created by an electric current is proportional to the size of that electric current and with a constant of proportionality equal to the permeability of a free space. These laws, Gauss law, Faraday's law, Lenz's law and Ampere's law, these laws were used by Maxwell and he created a new equations, that equations called as the Maxwell's equations. Symbols used in the equation. Before going to that equation, it is must that you know the symbols used. D, electric flux density. B is the magnetic flux density. E is electric field intensity. H is called magnetic field intensity. Rho is the volume charge density. And J, you know, that is the conduction current density. Epsilon, dielectric permittivity. Sigma is called conductivity of the medium. Mu, it is the magnetic permeability. The symbol del, del operator, that is a gradient or change in space. And del dot, this is the divergence operator, results in a scalar quantity, that is a scalar quantity. Del cross, that is called curl operator, it is a vector quantity. And dou by dou T, that is the partial derivative. dl represents the differential vector element of a path length tangential to contour C enclosing the surface C. And dv, that is the dimensional differential element of a volume V enclosed by the surface S. These are the symbols used in the Maxwell's equations. Now concepts. While learning that Maxwell's equation, it is must that you clear about what is del, what is divergence, and what is curl operator. First one, del. Del, or it is also called as a nabla. It stands for vector gradient. It is a vector operator that differentiates a function, placing a derivative of the function in front of the appropriate unit vector. This del is equal to x into dou by dou x plus y into dou by dou y plus z into dou by dou z. This del operator is also used in the Schrodinger's wave equations. In Maxwell's equations, it is used in the same way as above. What is divergence? Divergence operator describes how much field gradient tends to spread radially outward, like sunshine streaming from the sun in every direction. As sun rays falls in every direction, like that the divergence operator also describes that field gradient spreads radially in outward direction. Example, electric field lines diverge or spread out from charges in every direction. That is used in Gauss law for electricity. What is curl operator? Curl operator describes how much the field gradient tends to rotate around itself, like water circling the drain. Example, magnetic field lines don't diverge or spread out at all. This is proved by Gauss law for magnetism. These concepts or these symbols we have to use in the Maxwell's equations. What are these Maxwell's equations? We study now. Here, Maxwell's equation, law, differential form and integral form. First equation by using Gauss law. Maxwell created the first equation by using Gauss law in differential form. This del dot D is equal to rho. This is called divergence of D is equal to rho. And integral form means integration is here. Closed surface integral of D into ds is equal to volume integral of rho into dv. Second Maxwell's equations, he created the second equation by using Gauss law for magnetism. Del dot B equal to 0. That is also called as a divergence of B equal to 0. And in integral form, closed surface integral of B into ds equal to 0. For third equation, Faraday's law is used. What is that? This represents curl. Del cross, or you can say curl of E is equal to minus mu partial derivative of H. This is differential form. Integral form, closed surface integral over contour C E into dl is equal to minus the integration of a partial derivative of dB by dt, partial derivative of B into ds. What is this? Contour means that the path is given here, dl. The path is given, hence the symbol C is used here. And fourth Maxwell's equation, Ampere's law is used. What is this? Del cross H, or you can say curl H equal to J plus epsilon partial derivative of E. This is differential form. Integral form is that closed surface integral of contour over contour C H into dl equal to that surface integral of J plus partial derivative of D into ds. These are Maxwell's four equations. Now we have to see the significance or physical interpretation of these equations, or what is the meaning of this differential form and integral form, that we will see one by one. Physical interpretation. Maxwell's first equation. This is Maxwell's first equation, differential form, integral form. Maxwell's first equation shows that the total electric flux density D through the surface, this total electric flux density D through the surface enclosing a volume is equal to the charge density, this rho is equal to the charge density rho within the volume. It means that a charge distribution generates a steady electric field. This charge distribution over volume V generates the electric field. D, it is the electric flux density. It is time independent equation. There is no term of time. Time independent equation. Since divergence of D is a scalar, therefore charge density is a scalar quantity. Here this dot product is there. This del dot D, or you can say divergence of D. This is dot product. As it is a scalar quantity, therefore charge density is also scalar quantity. It relates space variations of divergence of a electric field with a charge density. It is the statement of Gauss law for electrostatics. Here Gauss law for electrostatics is used for Maxwell's first equation. Now Maxwell's second equation. Maxwell's second equation tells us that the net magnetic flux through a closed surface is zero. This magnetic flux, net magnetic flux, this integration means net magnetic flux through the closed surface is equal to 0. It implies that magnetic poles do not exist separately in the way as electric charge do. Here this is differential form. Del dot B equal to 0 or divergence of B equal to 0 means the magnetic flux through the closed surface is equal to 0. It is time independent equation. According to this equation, isolated magnetic poles do not exist. Since this integration of B into ds is equal to 0, that is number of lines of magnetic force leaving and entering in a given volume are equal. Therefore, net magnetic flux, it becomes 0 as number of lines leaving and entering, they are equal. It is the statement of Gauss law for magnetism. This explains the Gauss law for magnetism, and by using this Gauss law for magnetism, Maxwell created a second equation, Maxwell's second equation. Now Maxwell's third equation. The third equation shows that the EMF around a closed path is equal to the time derivative of magnetic flux density. Here this EMF around a closed path is given here, hence here C is used. C, that is a contour, because length is given, path is given as a dl. The EMF around a closed path is equal to the time derivative of magnetic flux density through the surface bounded by the path. It means that an electric field can also be generated by time varying magnetic field. Here this electric field can be generated by time varying magnetic field, or due to time varying magnetic field, electric field is produced. It is time dependent equation. Here there is a term of time, therefore it is time dependent equation. It relates space variation of E with time variation of B. Here space variation of E with this time variation of B. It implies that time variation of magnetic field generates electric field. It is the statement of Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, and negative sign indicates that the EMF produced is in opposite direction to that rate of change of magnetic flux density. Maxwell's fourth equation. What is Maxwell's fourth equation? For that purpose, he used the Ampere's law. Maxwell's fourth equation shows that the magnetomotive force around a closed path, this magnetomotive force around a closed path is equal to the conduction current. J, it is the current density, conduction current plus the time derivative of the electric flux density through any surface bounded by the path. Here this. What it represents? The magnetomotive force H around the closed path is equal to the conduction current J plus the time derivative of this D, means electric flux density, through the any surface bounded by the path. The time derivative of the electric flux density is called displacement current. Thus, this equation means that the magnetic field is generated by time varying electric field. Here this magnetic field generated by time varying electric field, and vice versa. In third equation what we studied, that this the electric field generated by time varying magnetic field, electric field generated by time varying magnetic field, and here in fourth equation magnetic field is generated by the time varying electric field. Here it is a time dependent, there is a term of time, hence it is called time dependent equation. It shows that the magnetic field can be generated by current density vector and time variation of D jointly or separately. Here this addition is there, therefore it is jointly or separately. It relates magnetic field vector with electric displacement vector and current density vector. It is a statement of Ampere's law. Ampere's law is used for the Maxwell's fourth equation. Now these are the significance or interpretation of Maxwell's four equations. It is must that we know the applications, as you studied Maxwell's equation, but where these equations are used. The technology used in electricity was designed using Maxwell's equations. The designs in our cell phones are based on Maxwell's equations. Our cell phones, the internal design in our mobile phones, cell phones, they are based on the Maxwell's equations. Maxwell's equations govern the design of alternators and generators that you may use to keep your lights on. Next one, computer manufacturers who arrange components in a computer need to understand how Maxwell's equations describe the way that the electronic components will interfere with one another. Means Maxwell's equation describes that electronic components, how they interfere with one another, and this thing it is must that known by the computer manufacturer. And last one, by understanding electromagnetism we are able to create image of the body using MRI scanner in hospitals. In medical field also these Maxwell's equations are very useful. These are applications of the Maxwell's equations. And last one, summary of this Maxwell's equations. These are the name of the laws: Gauss law for electrostatics, Gauss law for magnetism, Faraday's law, Ampere's law. Gauss law is used for Maxwell's first equation, differential form, integral form. Differential form, that is divergence of D equal to rho. Integral form, the closed surface integral of d into ds is equal to volume integral of rho into dv. This proves that the net outward flux through the closed surface is equal to the net charge enclosed by the surface. Maxwell's second equation, that is divergence of B equal to 0 and closed surface integral over this closed path B into ds equal to 0. This explains that the net outward magnetic flux through a closed surface is equal to 0. This is Maxwell's third equation by using Faraday's law. Curl of E is equal to time derivative of B, or this integral form is that the closed surface integral over contour C E into dl is equal to minus time derivative of integration of B into ds. What it proves? A change with time in magnetic field creates a electric field or causes a electric field. This. A change with time in magnetic field causes the electric field. Ampere's law. It is used for the Maxwell's fourth equation. Differential form. This del cross H is equal to, or you can say curl H is equal to J plus time derivative of d. Integral form. Closed surface integral over contour C H into dl, path is dl, is equal to integration of J into ds plus time derivative of integration of d into ds. This proves that a change with time in electric field causes magnetic field. This. A change with time in electric field causes magnetic field. Now, this is the physical interpretation or significance of Maxwell's equation. These are 4 Maxwell's equations and these are the different laws used for Maxwell's equations. Students, I hope that you understand well. Now, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe the channel and press the bell icon.